The era of benchmarks is getting to an end, and the new era of solving real world problems is beginning, as written in this essay by Yao Shunyu, link in the description below.
So we're talking AI today, but not just incremental improvements. We're talking about a whole new ballgame, a shift in how we even think about, artificial intelligence.
Exactly. It's like we're at halftime. The first half was all about building better models, and now it's about figuring out what to build.
Halftime? That's intriguing. What was the first half all about then?
Think Deep Blue, AlphaGo, GPT-4, all about pushing the boundaries of what models could do. Better algorithms, more data, bigger computers.
Yeah. So what's changed? Why the halftime call? You mentioned better algorithms, more data, bigger computers. Sounds like a recipe for success. What went wrong? Or rather, what changed?
The recipe started working, really working. Reinforcement learning, which was always the theoretical endgame, finally started generalizing. A single approach could tackle coding, writing, math problems, things that used to require entirely separate research teams, right?
So the old benchmarks were no longer a challenge.
Exactly. The focus shifted from can we train a model to do X to should we train a model to do X, and how do we even measure real progress? It's a good point.
So what's this magic recipe? Is it some secret sauce?
Not exactly secret, it's a combination of things. Massive language pre-training, scale art, data, and compute, and the ability to reason and act. It's the combination that's key.
Reasoning and acting? That sounds more human than machine.
It is. For a long time, RL focused on the algorithms, ignoring the environment and the prior knowledge. But it turns out the priors, the knowledge a model starts with O, are crucial. Language models provide amazing priors.
So language models are the secret ingredient.
A big part of it, yeah. They provide the common sense and knowledge that allows RL agents to generalize. Think of it like learning to play a new game. You don't start from scratch, you use your existing knowledge. Makes sense, right?
So the first half was about building better models. The second half is about what?
Rethinking evaluation. It's not just about harder benchmarks. It's about fundamentally questioning how we measure progress. Are our current
Our current evaluations fall short.
Well, most evaluations assume tasks are independent and automated, but real-world tasks often involve human interaction and sequential problem solving. We need evaluations that reflect that.
You mentioned real-world utility. Is that the biggest challenge now?
It's a huge where AI has achieved amazing things, but it hasn't necessarily translated into significant improvements in things like economic growth. That's the utility problem.
So we're building incredibly smart systems, but they're not necessarily useful?
Not in the way we might expect. The focus needs to shift from solving arbitrary benchmarks to solving real-world problems that actually matter. I agree.
So what are the rules of this new game?
Develop new evaluation setups focused on real-world utility. Then use the existing recipe or improve it, to solve those problems. It's about building useful products, not just beating benchmarks.
So it's less about academic papers and more about building companies.
It's about both, but the focus has shifted. The real breakthroughs now will come from those who can create new evaluation frameworks that force us to go beyond the current recipe.
Right. What does the future of AI look like in this new era?
Exciting and challenging. It's about building AI that truly integrates into our lives and solves real problems. It's about creating value, not just demonstrating capability.
So less about beating humans at games and more about collaborating with them?
Exactly. It's about complementary AI, not replacement AI.
So the shift from focusing on training to focusing on evaluation is key. It's a fundamental change in perspective.
Absolutely. It's about asking the right questions, not just finding the right answers. And the right questions are about real-world impact.
That was a great discussion. Thanks for sharing your insights.
Check out other videos on my channel and see you next time.